Hey guys, going to be talking about the Go package today. This here is 61 Z-Go, and this of course right here would be 60 X-Go. Odd numbers roll right, even numbers roll left. X of course is the left receiver, X the left flanker, and Z is the right flanker. I'm just going to be running this for some random defenses here. The big thing you're going to be looking for is why when he crosses across there and runs his little arrow route, you want to see if he pulls a flat defender with him. If he does, you're going to hit Brown or the A button on that seam read as soon as he makes his decision. In almost every instance, that's going to be your main read you're going to go with. But half the time, Austin will be there open. So I like to have my fastest guy be the motion guy. That's the fastest guy I have that has something really like close to having hands. I mean, if you have 70 catching, that's probably good enough for that position. It could be a running back. It could be a kick returner. It could be an actual receiver. Brandon Cooks would probably be one of the better guys at that. Maybe Perriman, but you really want a guy that's more agile than just fast. You want a really quick player. If you're using the Patriots, maybe someone like Amendola would be okay, even though he's not super fast. Here, you're going to notice no one hits it. You hit it fast. You treat it like a fast screen. Forget what yards the defense will give you. Because as soon as that flat defender there, who basically you're reading, if he crashes down on Tavon Austin there, you're going to have Brown open. And Brown's going to make an adjustment on his route so that he's always open, especially if that guy's out of his way. This time again, Tavon's open. We're just going to hit it. We're going to keep hitting that. This can be very effective for short yardage situations when it's like 3rd and 1. It's good for a few yards pretty consistently. This time I'm just going to force it to him. And he almost made the catch there. If you want to watch that seam read, that is really what the whole offense is about, is that one guy there reading coverage. Now that time the read was actually going to be Z, or the outside streak. Verse 2, if the safeties play inside and don't give you that post, then the outsides are the read. That's pretty much the only time you'll go to the right outside. The left outside you would versus like cover 1 off. Like this play here looks like it potentially could be. If you think there's a chance for that and you really just want to try and hit him on the backside, you're going to want to watch to see what if there's a flat defender on that side. There is. So once again, you're just going to hit Tavon Austin. Take what you can get that time. Got 9.5 yards. One of these times, though, there's not going to be a flat defender with it. Like this time, there isn't. Curl was there, but it was a little tight. And crazy good catch by John Brown. That's why I really want my seam reader to be my best overall hands guy. He's got to make some crazy catches sometimes. And not just like spectacular catches, but catches in traffic. He's got to be reliable, because when you throw it to him, it's a big play. You want to make sure he gets those yards for you. Now, when they roll like that, it's almost always 2. There's a couple plays in like quarters or dollar where it could potentially be like an Okie roll 3, but usually it's going to be 2. So when I see that, I'm automatically going to be assuming 2. I'm going to put Gabriel over there on the streak for times when I'm really expecting 2. Since I'm expecting the blitz from the right, I'm going to make sure my line is shifted to the right. Pick that up, and I'm going to hit that post right over the middle. That is money. The seam read, verse 2, turns into a post that just destroys the safeties. Unless the guy is overreacting to the post and to the seam read, that will always be open verse 2. That time, the actual read was probably the seam read because it looked like it was 3, and the seam read actually got past the second level of coverage and it was uncovered in the deep 3rd. Verse 4, he'll sit down and curl and just kind of wait for the ball. If you wait too long, the defender can overplay it, but I had the timing just at the end of that open window that time. Why? you got to get that ball out to the flat when they don't cover the flat. And now we're going to be looking at some different variations on the Go package. So, I mean, you've seen how the regular Go play works. Now we're going to be doing, just some different things you can do with it. This right here would be Go drag or Go even. Instead of having that motion across, that can be a tell that you're about to run this play. You can run it with a drag. The problem is the timing isn't quite as good. You can't get that 2-on-1 read off the flat defender. It's a little bit better versus man, because drags just destroy man, unless the man coverage is super tight press and has a really high man rating versus a route runner. This is Go streak. You're just going to basically put Austin then on a streak. It gives you kind of a 4 verts feel, but you have the seam read that's going to act as a bender. Verse 2, it's going to be really open again, unless that middle linebacker drops really far, like a Tampa 2. But it's really good verse 3. If you think a guy's in 3, it can be very effective. It's pretty good versus man. So, yeah, A comes wide open in versus cover 2. It makes both safeties play outside. Another thing you can, the streak versus a 3 look. This should be man. So actually the seam read turned back to a seam because it was cover 1. The middle was closed, didn't make sense to go over it. And let's do it one more time. Now right here we're seeing Austin's uncovered. So that's kind of like a woohoo moment. But even better, the safety's overreacted, so you can come back across to John Brown. That time, crazy catch by Tavon Austin. I kind of forced that, but I did throw it to the outside shoulder. That safety made a good play on it, though. If that was a user, it would have been probably dropped. This is going to be your version of flood. This is Go flag. And it's going to be a very similar read, but instead of having that seam read, you're going to have that flood concept instead. Of course, flood is pretty much good versus every coverage. Here, A looks a little bit better. Oh, and Tavon Austin again with a crazy good catch. I don't know what it is about that kid. He outplays what he should. You look at his ratings and you're like, yeah, he's okay. But that time, I mean, wide open. Actually, I threw that a little late. I was looking for the deeper one to be there. You just got to take what the defense is going to give you. Throw to the open guy. Run this one a couple more times. Just give it a few different looks. Once again, why? I threw it late, but because I was wanting it to be John Brown. First a 2 look. And this would be the weak flood variation. I noticed on the backside that he was 1-on-1 and he had leverage. This offense is all about leverage. And by that I mean, is your receiver or the defender in a better position to get the ball? And you always want to make sure you win that leverage battle. Why? And see, I missed the read there because I wanted to go down the field. There's plenty of big plays in this offense. The secret, though, is taking what they give you. That time they gave me Austin and I forced it to Brown. You don't want to do that. This time is showing a goal line look. I love the CP for practice mode just because they do this. I don't love this. I'm joking. Once again, it's also him, but that was a favorable matchup because it was goal line. Versus a heavy blitz look, you do need to get the ball up fast. You always try and have an option for that.